Welcome to our next video, which is a 5-night cruise on MSC Virtuosa from Southampton, and this is our arrival at the Horizon Cruise Terminal. We got here at about 4:30 on the day of embarkation, and it was a very smooth embarkation, about 10 minutes from arriving. Hey everyone, welcome to the cruise with me and my mum, Ruth. We are on MSC Virtuosa for the next 5 nights, and we are going to Belgium, Holland, the Netherlands and France. Well, Holland and Netherlands is the same place, but some people know it as the Netherlands and some people know it as Holland. So we hope you enjoy coming with us. First things first, we were asked to go and attend the mandatory safety drill. Our muster station was in the Carousel Lounge, and so we walked through the casino to get there, and it was very quiet given that we hadn't sailed away yet. And to get through to the Carousel Lounge, we walked across this glass-lit floor. Our cabin was right at the back of the ship, number 14274 on deck 14, and this is the view out of our balcony doors across Southampton and the Hamble, and we had an enclosed balcony due to it being the last one before the very back of the ship. So this is our deluxe balcony cabin. Great dressing area here with a large TV and some storage. We have the balcony door and a large sofa, and then we have the bed area, which is currently made up as a double. You can have that as a twin configuration. You've got a double wardrobe there, and then the door out to the gangway, and then just in here you have a large shower cubicle, toilet and vanity area. And that is deluxe balcony cabin 14274. On the way to dinner, we climbed from deck 6 to 7 up the well-known crystal staircase. These are made out of Swarovski crystal and are a feature on all of the MSC cruise ships. And this is the view down into the main atrium. This is the robot in the Starship bar. It was down for the first 2 days of our cruise, but it wasn't long before it was back up and running, and a very popular spot for people that want their cocktails made. As our dining was allocated at 8:30 on the first night, we went to see the show at 7 p.m. in the Grand Theatre, and this was Wake Me Up. And we get the most beautiful sunset. We actually decided, because we were quite tired, that we would head to the buffet for the dinner rather than wait until 8:30. And it was quite hard to video in here because it was fairly busy, but as you can see, a very big varied spread of different foods. Salads, main courses, side dishes, desserts, breads, you name it, it was all here. And a very popular area of the ship is the mozzarella station and the pasta and pizza, given that MSC is of Italian heritage. It's Tuesday morning and are arriving into Belgium, and you can see just there 2 pilots, and one of them will be attaching to us and getting on board to help us sail safely into Zeebrugge. Well, I wasn't expecting to see a tiny little pilot this small. That's the first I've ever seen in all my cruises. Basically, this yellow pilot boat was on board the bigger pilot boat, and it was lowered from the side down into the sea and then dispatched to our ship. This is one of the main complimentary dining restaurants. This is Opera, and the other side is Symphony. They open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Different days, when you're in port, when you're on sea days, can be slightly different. So always best to check in the app for the daily programme. And then just outside of here, you have Minuto, which is one of the other restaurants too. That's where we were meant to have breakfast this morning, but I think it was full, so they popped us into the alternative dining room. Here we have the tropical pool and bar area, which is indoor. It has a retractable roof and it's a lovely warm temperature on a chillier day. This is the main pool on the open deck. It's quite a good size actually. Given the weather, there wasn't many people out, and down one side of the ship is the smoking area. Good morning, it's Tuesday, which is day 2 of our cruise, and today we are on an excursion, a journey back in time through Fetching Flanders. We are going to a windmill, we're also going to a town and a chocolate factory, so we hope you enjoy coming with us. This was a small museum just on arrival into Dam, and we just went slow to go through the small roads. Here we are in the village of Dam in Belgium, and it's a very small village. We have 45 minutes of free time whilst we're here. It's blue sky and sunny, but very crisp and cold. As you can see, it was very quiet on this day. Not much was open actually. However, the paddle steamer boat was in and ready to depart down the river to Bruges. It does several trips a day, and there is a bar on board, and many people get on with their bikes and then bike back. We took a walk along the river past the boat, and a few minutes more we arrived opposite the windmill, which is a working flour mill. This is the old church in Dama, and we then walked up the main street to the town hall, where we had our meeting point to get back onto the bus and make our way to the second stop. The drive took about 10 minutes, and we went through lots of the landscape of Belgium. As you can see, it's quite flat. So our second stop is at Chocolate World, where we are going to see the chocolates being made, the famous Bruges Belgium chocolates, and also get to taste it. And it's going to be in this building just here. Here we are. The smell was amazing, and there was a production facility at the back, as well as boxing and a cafe to the right and the left hand side. And there were many staff there on hand to help and lots of tasters. As you can see here, prices were quite reasonable with 5 slabs for €18, so definitely better value than we have here in the UK. And there were lots of individual style chocolates too, as well as some Easter chocolate left over with 50% off. So of course, something came home for me for Rion. I have got to say, this is such a big chocolate shop. So much on there in terms of tasters to try, and I'm feeling rather sick now. But it smells delicious, and the stuff that's all on offer is just beautiful. Look. On our way to the third stop, we circled around the perimeter of the city of Bruges, and this is one of the landmarks, the gate heading into the centre. Here we are at Van Loppen Castle, in the grounds. Pretty spectacular. Our group got to visit inside the castle, and we were allowed to go into the rooms on the ground floor and the first floor. As you can see, it was gorgeous, stunning inside, and each room was tastefully decorated.
For dinner, it's very important, of course. And nowadays, every year, in the whole month of May, people all over the world visiting Bruges can venerate the shrine because the month of May is exposed the whole day. Otherwise, no, but the whole month of May. And now I'm nearby.
After the visit inside the castle, I had a quick walk around the grounds, and then it was time to be collected and head back to the ship. What a fabulous tour. Here is the MSC Virtuosa ship in the port of Zeebrugge, and you can appreciate from this view just how big she is. What a sight. And we got off of the bus and straight back on the ship in less than 5 minutes. This is the view from our cabin in Zeebrugge, and we were situated on the starboard side of the ship, which is the right hand side. Just over on the far right hand side here is Blankenberge Beach. We have been here previously, and it is a great option if you wanted to stay local to the ship. This is our arrival into Rotterdam on our third day, and we didn't get any footage from the night before because we just had dinner and had a few drinks and then headed back to bed for an early night, as we were getting off the ship at 7:30 to head to our trip for today. As we left the cruise terminal, we took a turn and the guide explained to us that this building on the corner with New York is actually Holland America's cruise line old head office. As you can see, the ship is centrally located in Rotterdam, very close to all of the nearby facilities and sites. Good morning everyone from Kirkenhof in Holland. We are here at the tulip fields and they actually close this coming Sunday, so it's the very end of the season. We're delighted to be here and we will take you with us. Kirkenhof is home to 400 different types of tulips, 7 million bulbs in the garden, and it's open for only 7 weeks of the year, and it attracts more than 1.5 million visitors during that time, which is up to 60,000 people a day. I think on this particular one, we were very, very fortunate to have not had huge crowds, as we got there early and it was also towards the end of the season. However, as you can see, all of the bulbs still in bloom. Some of them had already blown and were being cut down, but the beauty was still there. We thought that we were visiting tulip fields, however this was tulip gardens, and I must say it far exceeded our expectations and we just absolutely loved it. We hope you enjoy looking at this with us. These ones look like peonies, but they are actually tulips. It's amazing, really. We were told by our guide that different varieties of tulips are discovered and created over a period of around 15 to 20 years. Kirkenhof is split into different areas, and the windmill is part of the Willem Alexander area. And just to highlight that there is a lot for the whole family to do here. There is a large playground, a petting zoo, a maze, and also a free scavenger hunt available at the information desk. So it's definitely something that you can take the family to and let the children enjoy. In the Beatrix Pavilion, there was an orchid and anthurium show. These are two of my favourite flowers, since the anthurium featured in my wedding and also orchids are well loved in my family. It was beautiful to see them. Here we have the bridge that crosses from Wilhelmina, and it leads you to the main lake area where there is a lovely water feature. We spent a total of about 3 hours at Kirkenhof. There are plenty of food and drink outlets and also some pop-up street food vans in the garden areas. We also made some purchases of some tulip bulbs and some amaryllis to pot when we got home. And that concluded our tour. We headed back to the ship for the rest of the day, and then we set sail from Rotterdam. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to go and get some more content from around the ship. Okay, so here you can see the deck plan, and they've got this on every floor by the lifts in multiple places. It tells you what's on each deck, and it also covers all of the other decks as well. So you can see here what's on each deck, and it's touchscreen censored. This is the deck we're currently on, number 5, and just the medical centre on deck 4. So here we are on deck 16 at the back of the ship, aft, and this is the Virtuosa Sportplex arcade and amusement park tour. As you can see, there is a lot here to keep the whole family entertained for hours. Most things are included, but there are some extras like the Formula 1 cars and also the arcade games, but you can buy packages for these to manage spending in the area. There is also a bowling alley, but please note there are only 2 lanes, and so this can get very busy, especially for those sailings with many children, and so it is good to get there ahead of time. This is the multi-sports court, which is fabulous as it's indoor and it's used for many different sports, and it's got a bar just outside so that parents can watch children playing inside. Just along the corridor on deck 16 is the Virtuosa gym. This is a very well equipped gym with cardiovascular equipment and also many weights, both machines and free. And teen club just off of here, 15 to 17. On deck 18 in the middle of the ship is the Sky Lounge. This is an adult exclusive area. It's great to come and sit and read a book during the day, and it's also a nice space to have a pre or post dinner drink with some music. And moving along is the tropical pool and bar on deck 15, and this is an area that's undercover and heated, and so it's a great option for when you are at sea or also on chillier days. There is a bar also in this area. This is the production songbook ABBA. Something didn't seem quite right on this evening with the sound, but these are 2 clips from the best performances in the show. As we left the theatre and walked along the main corridor of the piazza, it was white night and the ceiling lit up with a show for the signalling of the White Night Party. This was the morning of our arrival into Cherbourg, and we decided to take breakfast in the main dining room, Minuto. We are just walking down this morning to the Minuto restaurant because we have got up a bit later, and this is the lovely wine cellar. And we have got brunch, which is serving from 9:30 till 12:30. And this is a different restaurant to what we've been in before, so we're looking forward to this one. Minuto restaurant. So gone for the granola and the English breakfast today. Here we are in Cherbourg. You can see the ship there. I'm just having a brief walk to the centre. As you can see, a few bridges to go across. But they're not too far from the ship at all. So it's a dry day, just a bit cloudy. Ship there, and then city centre just here. The horses are ready to go. It was fairly quiet and peaceful in Cherbourg on this day. However, I did find the local market, which was great, and then I went to set up work for the day in a local hotel. I did arrive to the market fairly late in the day, but there was still a fair bit of produce left. However, probably not the best pick of the bunch. But I did succumb to a lovely piece of quiche Lorraine, which I have never tasted anything like it in my life. It was incredible. And an apple and frangipane tart, which was delicious. After working the majority of the day, as the ship wasn't leaving port until 8 o'clock, I decided to get back on board later so that I could get my work done. And this is a lovely walk through the old terminal where the cases and the check-in process used to be done for departures. As we went to dinner, we saw the pilot leaving our ship, heading back to the port of Cherbourg, and it was a lovely sail away and a gorgeous sunset at sea. This was Mediterranean night in the main dining room, and all of the staff stopped serving and done some dancing, and everyone was spinning their napkins in the air, getting into the spirit. As you can see, one of the main waiters here giving it their all, and the next video you can see him going around the crowds. This guy certainly had the moves and kept the whole restaurant entertained for over 5 minutes. It was brilliant. On the last sea day, I decided to set the alarm and get up early and walk the entire ship to get content for this film. This is the atmosphere pool on deck 15. And each side of the ship have got these big hot tubs taken up to 22 people with great views out to sea. This is midship. The first section you can see here is the gym, and above that is the Sky Lounge, and just below is the atmosphere bar and also a food servery and ice cream. So this is the buffet area, and this is the side just for families and children. So they're ready for breakfast here, just not yet open. It's good for the children to have somewhere to go that isn't too overwhelmingly busy with other guests. This then leads into the beverage station, I guess. And they're just currently getting set up for breakfast, so they have got it screened off at the moment. But as you can see, lots of different cereals, granolas, yogurts. The fresh fruit counter, which is just full of freshly chopped. Mozzarella station. Not for breakfast though. And this is the hot cooked breakfast with some baps being made, as well as breads and lots of different pastries there. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. There's some more seating out here and a bar area with a wine cellar in. Lots and lots of seating. I've come at a good time because not many people are up just yet. This retractable roof is actually over the indoor swimming pool. This is the renowned MSC Yacht Club. It is extremely luxurious. There is a higher price point, and it is like a ship within a ship, accessible to members only. The Yacht Club benefits from its own lifts, that it's got priority access, its own restaurant, bar, lounge and private rooms, along with pool. One of the exclusive areas for the Yacht Club here. A huge benefit of getting up early is seeing the sunrise at sea, especially from the back of the ship where the wake is. This is right at the back of the ship on deck 16, and it is the Horizon Pool and Amphitheater. This is the Horizon Bar at the aft of the ship on deck 18, and it's perfect for sunset views, sundowner drinks, and also open when the Attic nightclub is open too. This is the Himalayan Bridge, which is the high top ropes assault course, and then just from there we have the kids water park, splash park, and all the slides. Really great for the children here. It's got lots of immersive, look, water, splash park bits. Quite nice to walk through here when the water's not running. The Savannah Aqua Park. So this is deck 5, and this is the Infinity Bar. We have the main atrium area just here, which, as you can see, has got some lovely crystals in and a piano, crystal staircase as well. And then just here we have guest services. And then this is followed by the excursions desk, which is manned, but it also has some computers which are self-serving too.
Maybe inside the bar.
The very famous Swarovski crystal staircase on board MSC, and this leads up to deck 6. And just along here we have the MSC Logo shop. We also have the gallery for art and the photo gallery as well, which is also the hub for online Wi-Fi on the ship. And personally, my favourite bar is coming up just here, called the Starship Club. And no, it's not because of the robot. I mean, he's pretty cool, isn't he? Serving up everyone's drinks. However, it's because this bar just here is not very well known, and always great service. So a little top tip there. And then just in this bit here is the jewellery shop. Up some more steps to deck 7. And this is actually where we were last night. You have Il Campo restaurant just down here, which is one of the a la cartes. Very nice it is too, as you can see here. And then just out here is the champagne bar. And at night time they have fresh seafood out on the counter as well. And you can sit here and have some a la carte options. This is the view looking in the atrium, and it stretches all the way along the Galleria Virtuosa. Okay, so this is the Tanyaki. Next door to the steakhouse, and then just next door to that you also have the sushi bar. Another excursions desk down there, but I'll take you down there in a minute. I just wanted you to see this upper deck, which is Verdi deck. And just over this side we have the pub Masters of the Sea. What I love about this is there's outdoor style seating areas as well as indoor. Gorgeous. It's very busy in here. Also on deck 7 we have the fine jewellery shop, and we also have the future cruise desk, which was very busy last night. And sailings are already filling up for next year, and only a few cabins left on some of the summer dates for this year. So selling really well. If you're interested, please do give me a shout and I can talk you through all of the options. Just before I head towards the casino, I'm just going to show you down here, which is above the piazza area. This is the Butcher's Cut, which is the steakhouse. And you also have the sushi and teppanyaki as well, just down there. I don't know if this is open. Oh yeah, I can show you. Small restaurant, but very good. Okay, so this is the Galleria Virtuosa. A long hallway from the midship all the way through. You have the MSC Foundation there, and then we have the bar with the Asian restaurant just there. The shopping closed at the moment. Lots of different options. I'm going to show you in this one because it's one of my other favourite bars as well. Great bartenders in here. And a very, very beautiful Indochine. It's not set up at the moment, but it is a lovely restaurant. And just continuing, you have the luxury plaza here of shops. Watches, handbags, you name it, most of it's on board in here. And then crepes and gelato shop. Hola. Tacos and cantina, which has got a really fun vibe actually. I'll take you in here. It's open. No, it's not open. You can see through there. And then the Jean-Philippe Chocolat and Cafe. Lots and lots of chocolate in here. I think I better be purchasing Rion something on board. Good morning. Lovely hot chocolate here. Some more shops here. The boutique. Watches, sunglasses, followed by another bar area which has live music. And then this takes you down to Le Grand Théâtre. And I must say, for the size of ship, the theatre feels quite small, but I guess it's because there are a number of different areas. So you have to appreciate that this is not the only place with live shows going on around the ship, but it is just this one entrance and split over 2 levels, but just accessible from here. This is the walkway to the Red Gem Casino and bar. Go to the right here. Obviously closed at the moment. However, very busy of an evening. There's the bar area, and you can see lots of slot machines, but also many tables here as well. Now, we will be coming to a show in the Carousel Lounge. However, I thought that I would just take you in here because it's such a lovely space just to see the surroundings in the daylight. Along deck 7 is the Thea Spa. I went in here for a complimentary 1 hour pass, given my Voyager Club status on MSC, and it was wonderful. Now, obviously for privacy reasons, I couldn't get much content. However, I will show you just some of the areas on board in the spa so you can get a feel for it. Lots of experienced showers, relaxation rooms, and also wet steam and hot steam baths, as well as saunas. It wasn't too busy actually when I was in here, but I think just a lot of people had left their towels laying around. But you can get a feel for how big the spa is and the type of quality here. There are also a couple of pools, thalassotherapy, and another pool in this area, which you can see just here. Having just been in the spa, I came out to this. Whilst it wasn't the most relaxing to end my journey there, it was fun to watch. On the sea days, there's lots of things happening around the ship, and this was just one of them. The crew getting the guests involved in street dancing. There was also an opportunity to meet the senior staff on board MSC Virtuosa in the main atrium on the last night, and it was a good turnout and many people having their photos taken. The crew were all fabulous on board the MSC Virtuosa during our cruise. On the last evening of the cruise, we went to see this show, which was a Michael Jackson one. The main character was awesome. His movement was very good and mimicked that of Michael Jackson, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable show. I leave you here at the end of the show where there was the crew from various departments from around the ship that came out on the stage for appreciation from all of the crowd, and there was a standing ovation right at the end. We went from the Michael Jackson show to this one. It is the paid production at sea from MSC, and it was incredible.
Praise God, all the stars will come.
This show was definitely worth the £15 that we spent for our ticket, and I would highly recommend that you book this when on board. So we're back in Southampton at Horizon Terminal where it all began. We've had a wonderful cruise, very much needed mother and daughter time together, and we thank you for coming on this journey with us. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel for more content, and if you're interested in cruising from Southampton or anywhere around the world, please get in touch.